So 6 rare turtles that washed up on the coast of the UK have been nursed back to health and given a lift home to the Azores by a Royal Navy warship.
Yes, HMS Medway took the turtles back to the Portuguese island as it crossed the Atlantic to join international counter-drug smuggling operations in the Caribbean.
Yes, we're joined now by Frankie Hobro, who looked after one of the turtles, who they named. Well, maybe you best tell us, Frankie. You named one of them. Is it Tony?
Yes, that's right, yes. Tony was our little loggerhead turtle, and we had Tony here for rescue rehabilitation for 20 months in total. And Tony was named after Tonai, which is the Welsh for wave, because here in North Wales we have a strong hold for the Welsh language. Lots of support from local people, and got washed up on a beach just about a quarter of a mile down the road from here. And as I say, for 20 months we had Tony here in the early stages of rehabilitation, and then ready for release, which we're extremely thankful to the Royal Navy for releasing Tony. It's fantastic news to have that little turtle back out in the Atlantic where it belongs.
Yes, and Frankie, do you know, has it all gone swimmingly? I was going to say swimmingly, which seems appropriate.
It has gone swimmingly, yes, thankfully. It's the first time, obviously, that we've released a loggerhead. Tony was our first loggerhead. We've actually got our 4th turtle here, Rossi, and Rossi is a Kemp's Ridley turtle, our 2nd Kemp's Ridley. So you might remember this time last year, we released Tally, our 1st Kemp's Ridley, all the way over in Texas, and had an interview about that. Tally was released back into the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where this species needs to go. So the Kemp's Ridley is the rarest species of turtle in the world. There's only about 7,000 breeding females left. And so every individual is obviously very, very important. And Rossi here again was on a local beach in mid-December, and is now, as you can see, past those really early stages of critical recovery and doing very, very well in rehab. And we're now planning to get Rossi over to the Gulf of Mexico with the same people that we work with to repatriate Tally there.
So 2 questions. The first one, what's it like when you get the call asking you to nurse these turtles back to health? And second question, what's it like letting go of them?
Okay, so the call is someone on a local beach, usually a dog walker, most commonly between kind of mid-November and mid-January, because this is when we've had all these sort of really crazy Atlantic storms, and these little turtles get carried in the Gulf Stream, and they hit the cold water coming down from the North Sea and go into this kind of coma, and just get carried and dumped on the nearest beach. And of course, because we're in the southwest and they're carried up, they often end up here in Wales, often on the Menai Strait, and very close to us here in Anglesey. So it's a local person, usually with their dog, who sniffed out the turtle. Obviously, immediately we go and we collect the turtle. What we want to make people very aware of is they might appear to be dead. They very often appear to be dead, but we can very often revive them. So it's really important that people report it immediately. We come and collect the turtle. We bring it here for critical care for the first 2 or 3 weeks. We're looking at a purpose-built incubator here. It's 1 degree a day for the first 2 or 3 weeks with this turtle, because if you do anything too quickly, you can lose it. So obviously, you know, it's very, very intensive treatment. We get very close to these little turtles. So when it comes to letting them go, it's wonderful. I mean, that's what we're building up towards from the first day that we get these little turtles here, obviously in the hope that they'll recover and make it and be released. But also, even if we tag them and track them, you know, there's a very strong possibility that we will never know what happens to them in the future. Oh. So there's this little piece of you that swims off.
Oh, Frankie, we are out of time, but that's the message. If you love them, you have to set them free. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Rossi. Good luck on your next chapter.
Breakfast back tomorrow at 6 a.m. from everyone here. Bye-bye.
Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.